Hey guys, I'm Peggy from the Witch's Garden, trying to grow a cut flower garden here on my allotment in Kanagawa Prefecture, Japan. Thanks for checking out my channel. Okay, so if you guys have been following along, you'll know that I have started to plant out my spring seeds, getting ready for the garden for next year. I planted these guys out on the 15th of October, so about 3.5 weeks ago, and they're doing so well. Look at these guys. These are my snapdragon. I've got monarch, madam butterfly, I think maybe those ones are, and these are the potomac, is that how we're saying them? And I have lots coming up there, which is great, but also down here I have all of my sweet peas. This is a mulberry mixed sweet pea, and these are just your normal sweet pea that I bought at the local shop. Now for these I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 that haven't come up, but the ones that have come up are getting huge, as are my cornflower, and they're starting to get really leggy. I'm not liking it in there much. My stalk has all started to come up, but it's still quite small. My status caspia is just starting to come, but my gypsophilia here has come, and this seed was so small I could hardly see what I was actually putting in, and now lots and lots and lots have come up in the same place. So it's time for my gypsophilia, my cornflower and my sweet pea to get potted on, because they're going to want more space in there if they're going to last all winter. But I'm really happy with how these guys are doing. Okay, so I have my pots, I have potting soil. I'm just going to go ahead and pot on what's getting too big to be in here. For my gypsophilia, I'm going to put one little pot inside a bigger pot and just see if I can spread them out a bit more to give the roots a bit more space, but they are still very small. But my cornflower and my sweet pea need to be moved on. For my sweet pea that didn't germinate, I'm going to go ahead and just pop another couple of seeds in each one of those little pots and see if I can get just a few more coming on, because last year in the garden I had so many that once I put them into the allotment they then failed, and I don't want to end up with that. So I'm planting out way more than I need, just to make sure that I've got enough to actually fill the allotment this year. So that's today's job. Let's pot on. I need them. I need them. Give me the pots. I need more. Give me more. Okay, so those were my sweet pea mulberry. I planted out 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 10, 20 seeds, and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. So I planted out 20 seeds and 13 of them have germinated. I did count a little wrong earlier, so I now have 10 sweet pea mulberry mix. I've got 5 of the regular sweet pea, and I have 16 cornflower. I only actually need 7 for the garden, so I think I should be okay with 13, so I'm not going to plant up any more of those. So next we're on to my just locally bought sweet pea. Okay. What are you labeling? What are you growing? You're growing labels. Yeah. It's important, remember to label. Reflection, that might have been a really bad idea. And they're all going to die of transplant shock. They were very small. This is a lot more gypsophilia than I actually think I need in the garden, so hopefully a few of them will survive. Could just thin them out. The easier option. But hey, let's wait and see if any of these survive. And that's all that I need to pot on today, so watering. So I have actually ended up with 16 cornflower plants, which is way more than I need, but this is the problem that I had. I'm having is knowing how much to plant. So last year I planted just what I needed, and then I found that a lot died when I put it in, or a lot just didn't germinate, or a lot died on the potting on process. So I ended up with not as many as I actually needed, and I did have some spare spaces in the allotment. So this year I've planted a lot more than I need, and now everything's germinated and come up, and I've ended up with way too many plants. So I don't know what I'm going to do with these. I'll probably end up giving some away to my neighbours and my sister-in-law if they want some. But it's just kind of awkward figuring out how much you should actually plant compared to how much you're actually going to need. Okay, so that is everything potted on, everything watered, and back in its little seed pod. So I hope they're not looking very genki right now, I must say, but hopefully they'll recover and like the extra space. I am filthy, the baby's filthy, and the deck is filthy, so I'm going to go and clear up. If you have liked what you see and you want to follow along and see what happens with these, and if I actually have an allotment to put them on next year, then remember to hit the subscribe button, and I will see you guys next week.